What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, where I talk about all things gaming and comics. Today, I want to discuss Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, the new live service game from Rocksteady, the makers of the Arkham trilogy. Is it worth playing, or is it just another Marvel's Avengers flop? Let's find out. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is set in the same universe as the Arkham games, but it features a very different gameplay style and tone. You play as 4 members of Task Force X: Harley Quinn, Deadshot, King Shark, and Captain Boomerang, who are sent to Metropolis to assassinate the Justice League, who have been corrupted by Brainiac. Sounds like a fun premise, right? Well, not so fast. The game has received mixed reviews from critics and fans alike, who have criticized its repetitive and uninspired gameplay, its lack of content and variety, and its technical issues and bugs. Many have compared it unfavorably to Marvel's Avengers, another live-service superhero game that launched in 2020 and failed to meet expectations. Avengers had a decent story mode, but it suffered from a lack of endgame content, boring missions, bland enemies, and a slow and disappointing rollout of new characters and updates. So, is Suicide Squad doomed to repeat the same mistakes as Avengers? Or can it still redeem itself and become a great game? Well, I think there is still hope for Suicide Squad, but it will require Rocksteady to learn from Avengers' failures and listen to the feedback from the players. Here are some things that I think Suicide Squad can do to improve and avoid becoming another live service disaster. First, focus on the story. One of the best things about Suicide Squad is its story mode, which is short but engaging. It has a great sense of humor, a colorful cast of characters, and some surprising twists and turns. The game also looks amazing, with stunning graphics and animations, and a vibrant and detailed rendition of Metropolis. The story mode is where Rocksteady's strengths as a developer shine the most, and it's what sets Suicide Squad apart from Avengers, which had a generic and forgettable plot. However, the story mode is also very linear and scripted, and it doesn't offer much replay value or choice. Once you finish it, you're left with the endgame content, which consists of Elseworlds missions. These are basically the same missions from the story mode, but with different modifiers and difficulty levels. They also take place in alternate universes, where Metropolis has been destroyed or altered in some way. These missions are supposed to provide a challenge and a chance to get better loot, but they quickly become boring and tedious, as you fight the same enemies and objectives over and over again. This is where Suicide Squad can learn from Avengers, which actually improved its endgame content over time, by adding new modes, missions, and events. Avengers also introduced new characters, such as Kate Bishop, Hawkeye, Black Panther, and Spider-Man, each with their own story arcs and gameplay styles. These additions helped to keep the game fresh and interesting, and to expand the lore and the world of the game. Suicide Squad should do the same, by adding more story content and more characters to the game. Rocksteady has already announced that the first new character will be Joker, who will come from a different universe and join the squad. This sounds like a fun and exciting idea, but it also needs to have a meaningful impact on the story and the gameplay. Joker should not just be a reskin of Harley Quinn, but a unique and distinct character, with his own abilities, weapons, and personality. He should also have his own missions and interactions with the other characters, and maybe even his own storyline, where he reveals his motives and goals. Rocksteady should also add more characters from the DC universe, both heroes and villains, who can join or oppose the squad. There are so many possibilities, such as Batgirl, Nightwing, Deathstroke, Bane, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, and more. These characters could add more diversity and depth to the game, and also create more opportunities for crossover events and collaborations with other 600th games, such as Gotham Knights and Injustice. Second, improve the gameplay. Another major problem with Suicide Squad is its gameplay, which is not very fun or satisfying. The game is a third-person shooter, with some melee combat and traversal elements. Each character has their own weapons, gadgets, and skills, which can be upgraded and customized. However, the gameplay is very shallow and repetitive, and it doesn't offer much variety or challenge. The enemies are mostly generic soldiers and robots, who are easy to kill and pose no threat. The objectives are also very simple and boring, such as capturing points, defending areas, or destroying targets. The game also lacks any meaningful progression or reward system, as the loot you get is mostly cosmetic and doesn't affect your performance or gameplay. The game also suffers from a lot of technical issues and bugs, such as glitches, crashes, lag, and poor optimization. The game also has a very unstable and unreliable online service, which makes it hard to play with other people or even solo. The game also has a lot of microtransactions and monetization schemes, which make it feel like a cash grab and a rip-off. Suicide Squad needs to fix these issues and improve its gameplay, by making it more fun and engaging. The game should add more enemy types and factions, such as Brainiac's forces, the Justice League, other supervillains, and maybe even civilians and police. The game should also add more mission types and scenarios, such as stealth, infiltration, sabotage, rescue, escape, and more. The game should also add more gameplay mechanics and features, such as stealth, cover, vehicles, gadgets, puzzles, and more. The game should also add more environmental interactions and destruction, such as using objects as weapons, creating traps, blowing up buildings, and more. The game should also improve its progression and reward system, by making the loot more meaningful and impactful. The game should add more weapons, gear, and mods that can change your gameplay style and strategy. The game should also add more customization and personalization options, such as skins, outfits, accessories, and more. The game should also add more achievements, challenges, and trophies that can reward you for your skill and performance. The game should also reduce or remove its microtransactions and monetization schemes, and make the game more fair and accessible. Third, listen to the feedback. The last thing that Suicide Squad can do to avoid becoming another Avengers is to listen to the feedback from the players and the community. The game has received a lot of criticism and backlash, but it also has some fans and supporters who see the potential and the value of the game. Rocksteady should not ignore or dismiss these voices, but rather embrace and acknowledge them. Rocksteady should communicate with the players and the community, and let them know what they are working on and what they are planning to do. Rocksteady should also ask for the players' opinions and suggestions, and implement them into the game. Rocksteady should also be transparent and honest, and admit their mistakes and shortcomings, and apologize and compensate for them. Rocksteady should also learn from the examples of other live service games that have managed to turn their fortunes around and become successful and popular. Games such as No Man's Sky, Destiny 2, and Final Fantasy XIV have shown that it is possible to recover from a bad launch and a bad reputation by listening to the feedback, improving the game, and adding more content. These games have also shown that it is possible to create a loyal and passionate fanbase that will support and enjoy the game for a long time. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is not a bad game, but it is not a great game either. It is a game that has a lot of problems, but also a lot of potential. It is a game that can still be saved, but it will require a lot of work and effort. It is a game that can still learn from Marvel's Avengers, but it will also have to do its own thing. It is a game that can still be fun and enjoyable, but it will also have to be better and more ambitious. What do you think of Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League? Do you like it or hate it? Do you think it can improve and become a great game? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more gaming and comics content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.